Fellow defenders of truth and fellow citizens of the internet. Crazy Delaney here, aka Paul, and let's face it, my full name is on my YouTube channel. My full name is on Facebook, MySpace, and other places, and frankly it doesn't scare me one bit. You have to forgive me, as I have a bit of a flair for the dramatic and the theatrical sometimes, though I probably am not as skilled of a thespian as Wise Beardman is. But once again, I just have a few words for Scientology, which these days I'm refusing to call the church, as I believe it is I believe very firmly that it is a commercial enterprise. I just really like to say, you know, leaders of the corporation of Scientology, and that means you, David Miscavige. The people in darkness are seeing a great light. By now, thousands of people have appeared at your facilities all over the world, demanding answers, demanding justice, demanding freedom for those that you hold in bondage. You have tried to dead agent us, rather odd terminology for a religious or spiritual organization, if you ask me, but then again, what do I know? You tried to destroy our credibility in the same way you did when L. Ron Hubbard was alive and kicking. We've read your dirty tricks. We've read your books of dirty tricks. We've learned from the mistakes of others. We know about bull baiting. We know about fair game, and don't try to tell me or anyone else that it's canceled. And we know the lengths that OSA operatives will go to silence those who tell the truth. We know about Operation this and Operation that, and we know where all your bodies are buried. Scientology, we as a free people, fully aware of the consequences to us and to those we hold dear, are shining a light in all of your dark places. We've got a long attention span. Scientology, let me say this, and I know this would produce nightmares on David Miscavige's part were he to see this. You better get ready to pay the tax man. You better get ready to pay taxes. Mr. Miscavige, you better get ready for one hell of a rickrolling outside of every org the day your tax-exempt status gets revoked. It'll be loud enough for Zeno himself to start cutting a rug deep inside his volcanic prison. It may take 10 years, it may take 20 years, it may take 30 years, it may take 40 years. But we're coming for your tax-exempt status. Get ready to render unto Caesar, Mr. Miscavige. There's no Foxian mask on my face, and God knows I wish this was a mask, because you never know how hideous you are until you actually look at yourself on camera. But I am not afraid. I'm not afraid to show my face, and I don't mean to come off as some sort of martyr for the cause, because there are so many people out there who are braver than me, and I'm primarily referring to those folks who have blown the cult and are being harassed to this very day. Lies are being spread about them. I'm just an average guy here, lending my voice to this cause, and I am not afraid. I recall the words of a song by the Violent Femmes entitled "I Hate the TV." One part of it goes, "Oh my love, do not fear. Satan's army will never win." Well, you are cast as Satan's army, and you will never win. There is a very simple, beautiful reason why you will never win. You will never win because the kids in the streets, and it's unfair to call all of them kids, but the kids in the streets wearing the masks, those in your ranks that are just waiting to blow, me, Mark Bunker, Tori Crispin, everybody else, We're all driven by conscience. You can never defeat those who are driven to action by the power of their conscience. You can spread lies about them. You can have them falsely arrested. You can slander them in all sorts of terrible ways, but you will never win. And the old games, they aren't working. And I think you know it. What are you going to do, David Miscavige? Fair game isn't working. We know fair game. I've read about the phony protesters that might show up at anonymous events to make Anonymous look bad. We know all about the plants and the agent provocateurs and the private investigators. My face is up here on YouTube and I don't care. I know that if you try your dirty tricks on me, that there is an army of people in Anonymous who do not know me personally, who have never met me, and may never meet me, who have my back and will give you hell and will shove all of your dark, dirty little deeds into the night. So you want a dead agent me? Bring it. I'm quite serious about that. I do not fear you, OSA. You may ask, why does Paul care about this? What stake does he have in this? Well, I despise spiritual snake oil. I despise the manipulation of the vulnerable. I myself am a survivor of major depression. I've battled some vile demons in my relatively short time here on this earth. I've driven around for 4 or 5 or 6 hours wrestling whether I would take my own life or not more than once. I'm fine now. I've emerged victorious from all of that. But when I was in the throes of all of that, I would have done anything to make it go away. I would have tried anything. Even sitting down with an auditor and an e-meter, had it ever come to that. There are people out there who haven't beaten their depression or other mental illnesses who are vulnerable to this cult. I'm not going to let them cloak themselves in their lies and prey on people like that. Not on my watch, Scientology. I'm just an average guy with an average job. But not on my watch, Scientology. I am not going to let them hang on to the people they've already hooked into the cult. Not without a fight. And I'll do it from my small little corner of the universe up here. That's my stake in all of this. That's why I care. Support Operation Reconnect. Let's bring some families back together. Let's keep it peaceful and legal. Until then, freedom forever. Peace. Victory. Drive safe.